will open for us. Then Professor John Woodward will make a few remarks. He's the director of the International History Institute. He's the director of the Division of Military Education, and he also manages this facility, which is our conference venue today, the Kyogen Conference Hall. So very important in terms of his contribution. And then the Consul General from Japan for New England, based here in Boston, Takahashi-san, will make a remark and a greeting, and then we'll carry on with our program. So please, Dean Taylor.
Good morning, everyone. I won't take long up here. Just wanted to welcome you all to Boston University and to Pardee. It's wonderful to see such a great turnout on a very cold Wednesday, the return of winter here in Boston, so it's nice to see you all. I know we'll have a number of students joining when they wake up. They don't know what they're missing. So I want to thank Grant, first of all, for spearheading this conference and meeting today. This is the second big conference he's taken on in the last probably 18 months or so, and so you have very strong shoulders to take on initiatives like this, to look at very important subjects that are very important to the Pardee School, what we do here, but also to acknowledging the threads of history and the importance of a very important historical epoch. I want to welcome and thank the Consul General of Japan, Consul General Takahashi, for being here this morning. And I'd also like to thank the BU Center for the Study of Asia, UCSA, under the leadership of Bob Hefner, who I know will be joining later, and my colleague John Woodward, who plays two roles as the interim director of the International History Institute and as the director of the Division of Military Education. So John has drawn on both his roles to help support and sponsor this event this morning. And I'd also like to welcome our colleague from the Naval War College and from New Hampshire who came in this morning to partake and participate in this conference. I have to leave myself, unfortunately. I'm particularly interested in the subject, and I was looking through the program and very excited about the topics that you'll discuss today. I'm an Africanist by training, but for some reason I've always had a deep interest in Russian history, and especially Russian imperial history. So I would love to have stuck around. I also have a son who lives in Sendai, Japan, so I feel like I've got some vested interest in both. But I wish I could stay with you, but I know it's going to be a really exciting day and a really rich and interesting conversation. So, and I look forward to hearing more about it, and I wish you all the best today, and thanks so much for being here, and welcome.
Good morning. I'm John Woodward, and I thank you all for coming. Let me just very much echo and endorse Dean Taylor's comments. That's because he writes my evaluation. Thank you very much, Dean Taylor, and thank you, Consul General Takahashi. Domo arigatou gozaimashita, taihen o seiwo ni nareimashita. Grant just taught me that phrase a few minutes ago. Grant, thank you. Thank you. And we also appreciate some non-VU folks who are joining us today. I think we have Naval War College contingent here. Go Army, beat Navy. I want to thank, my friend is here, Colonel Raul Alcala. Colonel, where U.S. Army retired. Colonel Alcala is the commander of the Greater Boston chapter of the Military Order of the World Wars. Thank you for joining us. And Robert Gold is here. Robert is my friend, our friend actually at Boston University, and he's been a very generous sponsor for this conference. I really have to say that it was Grant Rode who envisioned this conference, lobbied for it, advocated for it, created it, organized it, put it all together, made it happen, and really gave us what will be a world-class event. And Grant, from the bottom of my heart, I want you to know I'm going to take full credit for everything you did for this event. So, at any rate, thank you all for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed the conference. Thank you.
The program actually shows Professor Bob Hefner giving a welcoming remark. He got called to do 3 MA defenses this morning, so he's unable to come, but he'll stop in later in the day and say hello to us. So we'll proceed with Consul General Takahashi.
So good morning, Ohayo gozaimasu. Professor Scott Taylor, I think he's gone already, and Professor John Woodward, and of course, you know, Rod San, a longtime friend of our consulate, and who played a key role in organizing this conference. And Doriak-san were there, you know, presidents of the Japan-American Society of New Hampshire, another very special friend of Japan. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again, and thank you very much for inviting me to this special conference on the 120th anniversary of the Treaty of Portsmouth. It is truly my honor to be here to commemorate this one of the most important historical events for Japanese foreign policy, and to discuss its significance in the current context of a challenging and complex international security environment. My special thanks also go to Professor Chiharu Inaba of Meiji University, who has come all the way from Japan to be part of this remarkable event. The Treaty of Portsmouth, which ended the Russo-Japanese War 2004-2005, is not only significant in modern Japanese history, but also serve as an important milestone in Japan-US relations and the relationship between Japan and New Hampshire. Yesterday, actually, I visited Portsmouth for the very first time, together with Professor Inaba, guided by Doriak-san and his excellent team, and learned that groundwork for successful negotiation at the peace conference was laid by the citizen diplomacy of the people of Portsmouth and the auspices of the New Hampshire state government. The citizens of Portsmouth warmly welcomed the delegations from both nations, and when negotiation became difficult, they organized parties, baseball games, and theatrical performances to encourage the delegates to remain engaged in negotiations. Subsequently, the Wentworth by the Sea Hotel, where delegations from both countries stayed, was preserved thanks to the dedicated efforts by the Japan-American Society of New Hampshire. The city of Portsmouth and its sister city Nichinan, the hometown of Jutaro Komura, Japan's plenipotentiary in the negotiations, along with the dedicated effort of its citizens and many others. I would like to express my deep appreciation to all those involved. In 2010, recognizing the crucial role of citizen diplomacy in this historic treaty, the New Hampshire State Legislature unanimously voted a bill designating September 5th as a Portsmouth Peace Treaty Day. Each year, the governor of New Hampshire issues a proclamation to commemorate this important day in New Hampshire history. Additionally, in order of the bell that rang at the signing of the treaty, a bell ringing ceremony is held every day, September 5th, precisely at 3:47 p.m. in both Portsmouth and Nichinan, to express a shared desire for peace. Last year's ceremony in Portsmouth was attended by U.S. Senator Jin Shaheen, and Japanese Ambassador to the U.S. Shigeo Yamada, among others. As we mark the 120th anniversary of the Treaty of Portsmouth, I look forward to celebrate this historic occasion together with all of you in this year in Portsmouth. Looking back in history, Japan-US relations were first established on March 31st, 171 years ago, by Commodore Matthew Perry, who was born in Newport, Rhode Island. And last week, I was honored to be present at the Rhode Island State House to witness the adoption of the historic resolutions to designate this date, March 31st, as their Japan Day. During the Russo-Japanese War, Professor Alfred Maham, who served as president of the U.S. Naval War College, is said to have influenced Akiyama Saneyuki, the strategist staff officer of the combined fleet, whose tactics led to Japan's victory in the Battle of Tsushima, known in Japan as the Battle of the Sea of Japan. After 80 years of alliance following World War II, the United States has become Japan's most important partner in diplomacy and security. At the first Japan-US summit meeting this past February, Prime Minister Ishiba and President Trump shared their views on the increasingly severe and complex security environment and affirmed their commitment to pursuing a new golden age for Japan-US relations and working closely together to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific, elevating Japan-US relations to another height. Here in the region, various exchanges between the U.S. Naval War College in Newport and Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force are strengthening the deterrence and the response capability of Japan-U.S. alliance. Furthermore, Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, where negotiations for the Treaty of Portsmouth took place, continued to play a vital role as a key base for submarine construction and maintenance, and contributing to the security of Japan's ally, the United States. Japan remains committed to working closely with the United States to address strategic and security challenges in the international relations, and seeks to deepen Japan-US relations not only in the security field, but also in all fields: politics, business and economy, and cultural science and technology, academic exchange, arts, sports, and tourism, and you name it. So today I do look forward to active discussion between experts from Japan and the United States on the Treaty of Portsmouth and the Russo-Japanese War, which are of great historical significance not only to both nations, but also to the contemporary international relations. The consulate is also committed to further promoting academic exchanges between Japan and the region, and we do look forward to working with all of you in this endeavor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Consul General, for making those remarks. And it's a pleasure to have you here in New England and to have a chance to work with you for these 3 years while you're here, and with your staff, who's very helpful and cooperative with everything I've been trying to do. I'll say that in 1977, when I was writing my doctoral dissertation in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I went to the Athenaeum there, that the records and documents for the Russo-Japanese Treaty were sitting in a great pile on a desk in the middle of the Athenaeum. And I knew that these things needed to be sorted, so people here today, by 2005, had put together a record and a centenary anniversary. So if you go to Portsmouth, as Professor Eric Goldstein and I did last September 5th, and heard the ringing of the bells that you talked about, that there's a welcoming group there. There's a wonderful exhibit You can visit the Wentworth Hotel and so forth. So, I encourage you. And I'm living now in Rhode Island, with my neighbors, Matt Perry, the fifth-generation descendant of the Commodore, and a family historian. So I'm able to participate in that history, where you are based in Boston, but really for all New England. And I think these are the two most important aspects of Japanese-American relationships that are tied in with these two particular events. So here we've got the program for the day. I've already mentioned we've got 3 panels. You've seen the program. I'm not going to dwell on this. It's a very full and rich program, and we'll go through it and have a lunch in the middle where we'll be able to relax and talk with each other a bit more. 2 breaks. Sponsors, we talked about these already: the Center for the Study of Asia, Division of Military Education, International History Institute, here at the Killichan Honors College, which is our venue. The Theodore Roosevelt Association is supplying the funds so that we can video record this and put it online so that we can have a broader distribution of the results and the findings of the conference. Private sponsor Robert Gold has helped us with the accommodation for our guest speakers here, and then some BU faculty have also taken some of the research funds. I appreciate all of you who have come at your own expense to come to this, because there's great pressure on the Academy right now in terms of budgets that is increasing at the present time, and so that all of us are willing to participate. It's not only the sponsors on this list, but all of you who have come today. I'm very grateful to you for that. We have the speakers who meet, the faculty members. I told you the 50 students, and the public attendees, not only from the Boston area, but also from other places in New England. Thank you very much. The Party School is having its 10th anniversary. The celebration was last Friday. This is the mission statement of the Party School. So it's 10 years now. Party School brought together the Department of International Relations, combined it with the regional institutes, combined it with 2 topical centers, the Global Development Policy Center, the Party Center for the Study of the Longer Range Future, to look out to the forefront. So they're all under one umbrella now. So having you joining us is very meaningful to us, to participate in the examination of doing this promotion, communication of interdisciplinary research, which we'll hear a lot about today, and that affect the human condition, war and peace. These are big issues, and these are things that are considered here at the Party School.